Welcome, and today we're talking about pillar number 2 of the Creator's Code. I create more than I consume. Now, when most people hear this the first time, they think of it in terms of environment. And we have some grave environmental concerns on planet Earth today. And it certainly applies to our environment. But I want you to consider it from this perspective. In the big picture, in your life, do you create more or do you consume more? The truth of the matter is, in North American society, and perhaps we could say in the developed world, is that most of us have been taught to consume more than we create. In fact, we're deemed to be good consumers. We measure a consumer price index. We say if our economy is in trouble, people should go out and spend more money. But the truth of the matter is that we consume too much. I need to draw a hard line here. I am not saying you don't deserve to have the great and beautiful and nice things that you want in your life. Go to town. What I'm talking about is the unconscious consumption, the pursuit of my happiness, my joy, my meaning, my contribution as something external to me. You know, when I get to the mall and buy the magic shirt, then I'll get to feel and be happier. We all know, at least intellectually, that that doesn't work. And at the same time, most of us have, at least at one point in time in our life, engaged in a little retail therapy. So here's what I create more than I consume means. If you were to net out, in the big picture of your life, everything that you consumed in a day, everything that you created in a day, where would you net out? Now, it's a very personal calculation. There's no one right way to do it for everyone because it's a little bit like comparing apples to pizzas. You know, it could be I created great intimacy, love, and connection with my children. That's very important to me. And it could be that I consumed a bunch of fossil fuels. How do those two things compare? Well, it's a difficult comparison. But here's my assignment to you. From now until forever, but just even try it for 30 days. When you go to bed at night, you just take a moment and you say, today, all things considered, did I create more in my world or did I consume more in my world? And in my experience, you will get a feeling, you will get a sense pretty clearly one way or the other. And those days that you created more, I'm willing to bet you feel better, you feel more in alignment, you know that you are, utilizing your unique gifts in the world. And those days that you consume more are often those days that, that wasn't quite exactly in alignment with who it is that I want to be and how I want to show up in the world. But here's the truth. You'll know. So ask the question, did I consume more or did I create more? Do it every single night for 30 days and see what happens. So as I said before, there are two fundamental types of people in our world. There are those that are creators. There are those that are consumers. Now, clearly, we're both a little bit of each, but where we net out. Now, here's the thing. Our society has a problem. Well, it has a few problems, but here's one of them, is that our society has confused consumption with creation. We actually have this story that going to the mall and buying a shirt, we're doing something important and we're creating a new look, when the truth of the matter is we're more likely engaged in unconscious consumption. Back when Oprah was on, every single day there were tens of millions of people that tuned into Oprah, and most of them told themselves this story. I'm creating a better life because I'm sitting on the couch with my bonbon and my clicker watching Oprah. And you know what? The crazy thing is, all they were doing is consuming. Now, were there some people that were actually taking those ideas, taking that wisdom, and applying it in their lives? Well, of course there were. But is it the norm? Is it the majority? Not even close. In fact, the actual creation for most people sounds a little bit like this. It's like, you know what? I watched Oprah the other night, and it was really fantastic. And what she said was, and you should apply it to your life. Me, I'm all good. I was the one who actually watched the show. You should make the change. So we have confused consumption with creation. And if you're really going to do what's most important in your life, you've got to get clear about what it is that you are called to create and align your life and your resources around that creation. That's the overview of pillar number 2, I create more than I consume.